Have you ever stopped to think about how you're, well, built? I mean, we're not just a random collection of parts, right? We're an unbelievably complex structure put together from the ground up. Today, we're going to follow that process, from the original blueprint all the way to the finished building, and explore the amazing tissues that make you, you. So, let's get right down to it. What are you really made of? And I mean, really. Forget skin, bones, muscles for just a second. Let's go deeper. What is the absolute most fundamental stuff that creates a living, breathing person?
Well, the answer starts right here. You're made of trillions, and I mean trillions of tiny living units. We call them cells. Each one is like its own bustling little city, the absolute smallest piece of you that can still be called alive.
But here's the thing. These trillions of cells don't just work alone. No way. They organize themselves into highly specialized squads, or what biologists call tissues. And what's absolutely incredible is that every single part of your body is built from just 4 of these master teams.
Okay, so if we want to understand the whole building, we've got to start with the blueprint, right? We need to look at that single foundational unit that makes everything else even possible.
Every great project starts with a single brick, and for us, that's the cell. Before we can understand the teams, we have to get to know the individual player. So let's take a look inside.
You know, a single cell is like its own miniature factory, just packed with all this complex machinery. It's a lot to take in, so let's just focus on 2 really critical parts: its outer gatekeeper and its central command center.
First up, we've got the cell membrane. You can think of it as the cell's bouncer or its security guard. It's not just a wall, though. It's super smart. It's constantly deciding which molecules get in and which waste products get kicked out. It's basically the border control for this tiny little country.
And right at the heart of the cell, you'll find the nucleus. This is the brain of the whole operation. It holds all the genetic information, your DNA, all neatly packaged up as something called chromatin. This is the master blueprint that tells the cell exactly what it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to do.
All right, with the blueprint understood, it's time to assemble the first team. This is epithelial tissue, and its main job is simple: protection. This stuff is your body's personal armor.
You're actually looking at epithelial tissue right now. Yep, your skin is a perfect example, but it's not just on the outside. This tissue also lines all of your internal organs and cavities, creating a perfect boundary between you and the outside world, even on the inside.
And this is a perfect example of how form fits function. Check this out. On the left, that's simple epithelium, just a single, thin layer of cells. It's perfect for places like your lungs or intestines where you need to absorb things really fast. But on the right, you've got stratified epithelium, tons of layers all stacked up. That's built for protection, like your skin. It's made to take a beating.
Okay, let's move on to our second team. And this one is by far the most diverse of them all: connective tissue. If epithelial tissue is the outer wall of our building, then connective tissue is, well, it's the steel frame, the concrete, the wiring, and the plumbing. It literally connects everything.
And the variety here is just incredible. I mean, connective tissue can be tough like a rope, hard as a rock, flexible and bouncy, or, get this, even a liquid. Let's see what that looks like.
First, we have dense, fibrous tissue. See how those collagen fibers are all packed in there? That gives it unbelievable strength. This is what makes up the powerful tendons that connect your muscles to your bones, and the tough ligaments that hold your joints together.
From ropes to rock, bone is basically connective tissue that's been hardened with calcium salts. This process creates the rigid framework, your skeleton, that not only holds you up but also protects all your vital organs. Then you've got cartilage, which is kind of the perfect middle ground between tough and rigid. It's strong, but it's also flexible. It gives you a smooth cushion in your joints, and it's also what gives shape to your ears and your nose. And now for the real mind blower. Even your blood is a type of connective tissue. Its cells just happen to float in a liquid matrix called plasma. So instead of providing physical support, its job is to connect the entire body by being a transport superhighway for oxygen, nutrients, and all that waste.
All right, on to team number 3, muscle tissue. These guys have one job and one job only: movement. They are the engines of your body, specialized for one thing and one thing only: to contract, to pull, to make things happen. Now this tissue comes in 2 main flavors. On the left, you see those stripes. That's skeletal muscle. That's the stuff you consciously control to walk or lift something or talk. But on the right, you've got smooth muscle, no stripes. This is the involuntary stuff that works behind the scenes, contracting in your stomach, your intestines, your blood vessels, all without you ever having to think about it.
And finally, we arrive at the fourth and final team, nervous tissue. This is your body's command and control network. It's the intricate wiring that lets you think, feel, and react to everything happening around you in a split second.
The absolute star of this team is the neuron. These cells are designed to fire off electrochemical signals, nerve impulses, across your body at incredible speeds. They use these long extensions, called axons and dendrites, to talk to other cells and run the whole show.
And there you have it. The protector, the supporter, the mover, and the communicator. Every single organ in your body, your heart, your brain, your liver, you name it, is just a sophisticated combination of these four fundamental tissues, all working together perfectly to create a functioning you. So, we've gone from the single-cell blueprint to the four master building materials that construct a human being. We've seen how it all comes together, which really just leaves one final question. Now that we're built, what are we going to build next?